Hey everyone, this is Mr. Nunn again, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to divide fractions by whole numbers. So I'm going to start with some basic vocabulary here. We have 2/3, which is going to be our dividend. It's the number that is actually being divided. And then we're dividing it by whole number 2, which is our divisor. I always tell my kids that's like the divider. It's the number doing the dividing. And over on the right, we have 2/3 modeled over here because we have a total of 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 of them are shaded. So I'm just going to erase that to keep the board nice and clean. So what we're going to do here is we're going to divide this fraction 2/3 into 2 separate pieces. So I'm just going to split it right in half and draw a line right down the middle. All right. So for our purposes, this top line is going to be 1/2 of that cut, and then the bottom is going to be our second half. So really what we're worried about here is we're just going to look at the top half to figure out what our new numerator is going to be. And so our numerator is actually going to be these top 2 squares that are shaded in up top. So our numerator is going to be a total of 2. Right? Because again, there are 2 squares shaded in the top row. And then we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Therefore, our denominator is going to be 6. Now, some of you probably recognize that this is a number that can be reduced. This fraction can be reduced. 2 and 6 both have a factor of 2, but for our purposes, we're going to skip that for now, and I'm going to show you how to solve this using the standard algorithm. So let me refresh the page, and let's rewrite the problem. 2/3 divided by 2. So what we're doing here is we're going to do something really easy, and the standard algorithm is easy once you learn it. It's keep it. So we're going to keep our dividend here. And then we're going to change division, not to just anything, but we're going to change it to its opposite operation, which is multiplication, of course. And then we're going to flip that 2. Keep it, change it, flip it. Now, some of you are looking at that 2 and thinking, well, Mr. Nunn, hey, how can I change that? How can I flip it? It's not a fraction. Well, you can turn a whole number into a fraction by simply putting any whole number over 1. There it is. 2 over 1 still has a value of 2, all right? So when we find the inverse, the reciprocal of 2 over 1, we're just going to flip it on its head, and so that's going to become 1 over 2. Now, we can go ahead and multiply right across. We have 2 times 1, which is 2, and then we have 3 times 2, which is 6. And once again, there's the same answer, and of course that could be reduced. You could divide both of those by 2 and get a fraction of 1/3. But for our purposes today, this is just going to be a brief introduction into dividing fractions by whole numbers. So I hope that helped. This is Mr. Nunn signing out.